And you may have heard me. Was I bragging? I think I was giving myself a little bit of a pat on the back yesterday. My son turned 20 yesterday. And, being a parent is a great thing, isn't it? But it's also has its challenges. And, we all go through, we have the good days like yesterday, the birthday cake and all those kind of things. And then we have those other days that can be a little bit harder to navigate. And somebody who has some great tips for us today, talking about going from surviving to thriving, Jenny Hale, parent coach from Parenting Place, joins us back on the program today. Morena, Jenny.
Hi, Lizzie. Lovely to be here.
Yeah, good to see you. So, yes, parenting. You've been doing this coaching thing for what, 24 years or something plus, Jenny?
Now, I've been at the Parenting Place nearly 25, and 19 of those have been coaching families who feel just a bit stuck in their parenting. They know some things are going well and some things aren't, and they're just getting another voice and another reassurance or some ideas and insights into what's happening in their family. But can I congratulate you? It is lovely to celebrate these milestones when your son turns 20 and, you can see some wonderful things, some things you've done well. And I think we've got to remember that as well as the hard stuff.
Yes, thank you. I think we do too. I actually, just talking to you now, I remember coming to a parenting talk of yours when my son was about 2. So, I've heard your voice through the years and you've got some great things to tell us. And obviously for those of us who are parents and then those of us who are grandparents too, it's all the same sort of challenges we're dealing with. What's some good news you can give us, Jenny?
Good news is that sometimes we can simplify things. When I meet with families, they're often, even this morning, it was that sense of a family feeling like she felt like she'd read so much, heard so much that she said, I just don't back myself. And I think one of the simple things we can do as a parent is back yourself. You don't have to have the right technique. You don't have to know everything about parenting. But if you're confident and you back yourself, your children sniff that out.
This is true. Fake it till you make it.
Yes. Yes. Don't be too hesitant and think, oh, is that right? Is that wrong? That unsettles children where they think they're not sure whether their gentle, kind leader knows where they're going. And so when we present ourselves as not as a know-it-all, but I've got this.
Yeah.
We know where we're going. We're heading this way. Come along for the ride, but I'm in charge and I don't have to be a bully or a tyrant, nor do I have to be a walkover. But just keep your confidence, keep your swagger. I say to parents, get your swagger on. You need a little bit of swagger.
I like that, a little bit of swagger. And what you're talking about there really is having healthy boundaries, isn't it?
It is, and children need them. But I think I face more parents feeling uncertain about their parenting than I did 19 years ago.
Wow.
We've got more information. We've got access to loads of ideas. And what we do is we start doubting, am I doing the right? Is there a better way? Is there something else I should be doing? And so, I think that while we enjoy some of the access to new ideas and insights, there's got to be some boundaries where we think, this is what I'm going to do for the next 3 weeks. I'm just going to act like this, and I'm going to see if there's a little bit of a turnaround in my child's behavior. And yes, I'm going to have boundaries. And if I say no, I'm going to stick to it.
Yeah, I love the word no. What else can you tell us, Jenny?
Oh, what do you want to know, Lizzie? You want to know what parents are struggling with out there?
Yeah. What's some other tips of how we can sort of get through these difficult times? But that would be good to know. What are some of the top things people are sort of struggling with?
They're struggling with bandwidth, probably in their own selves. Parents are very busy, and we've got extra stresses financially happening all over the place. And parents are probably working more than, working outside the home, and then juggling after school activities and pressure from what other people are doing with their kids, and having enough time to eat together, fitting lots of stuff in and always feeling inadequate. And, sometimes I'm just helping parents pause a little bit longer, not take too much on. You talked about boundaries, Lizzie. We need to set boundaries around ourselves and not always say yes to everything that's out there. We've got just one idea, wonderful after school activities for kids. And they need some training and other things. And it's just that sometimes we're in the car all afternoon and we're crossing the city and we're stuck in traffic. And I just say to people, reduce the amount that you're doing.
So less is more, you think? Less is more.
It often is less toys, less activities, less screen time, more books, more nature, more catch-ups with friends who are encouraging us, and more kindness towards ourselves. Often we are beating ourselves up. We can be the biggest bullies on ourselves with the sense of you're not doing enough, you're not doing it right, you should. And I think that if that worked, I'd really advocate for it, but it doesn't change your parenting.
Yeah.
I think when we say to ourselves, Jenny, you're doing a good job, you care about your kids deeply, you care about your grandkids, I feel a lot better if I can say that to myself than what the heck do you think you're doing, Jenny?
Yeah.
That's not going to help my parenting.
And I guess some of it, for some people, it can be a little bit of keeping up with the Joneses, can't it? Or the Smiths, whoever it is.
I think we do look around, yeah, for sure, and think, what are they up to? What are they doing? Fear of missing out is massive, and we watch people too much, and we compare ourselves too much. Sometimes you see a family with kids the same age as you, and you see what they're doing or what their child is coping with, and the way that they leave the park without any fuss. And I was just saying it to a parent today, just stay with your 3-year-old. You don't have to look at other kids and what they're doing. Your 3-year-old might be a little bit more sensitive and take a little bit longer to get over their feelings. Don't watch what others are doing.
Yeah.
Stay with your family. And it's such a thief. Comparison is a thief of joy.
Oh, yes.
And I think that being contained and learning to be grateful for what you've got is also a real plus in parenting.
Talking to you, and it just has me, I'm such a reminiscer. And I was a full-time mum for many years. I know for a lot of people that isn't possible, but there wasn't like there was hordes and hordes of money to do stuff. But I just remember I felt that I was about taking my son on an adventure of life. And so it was discovering things, whether it was something in your backyard and using your senses, right? Like, what does this smell like? What does this taste like? What does this mud feel like between my feet, my toes? Like, just setting their senses alive. And how much fun children can have with a piece of cardboard, racing down a hill, right? It doesn't have to be complicated.
Yeah. In fact, more of that is so essential in our lives. We outsource to things that cost money a lot. And I love it when we do things that are not, they're costing time and a little bit of imagination, because you had to probably put your feet in the mud. You're touching the leaves yourself. You've walked somewhere to get, might be the backyard, but it might be the park. There is a cost associated, but everybody benefits. I mean, the science around being in nature and it being good for us, it's fairly compelling.
Indeed.
And I think what you're also sharing, Lizzie, is slowing it down.
Yeah.
If you want to smell the roses, you've actually got to stop.
Yeah.
And bend over and do those things. And I tell parents, get a chair. It's nearly winter, but get a chair. It's a sunny afternoon. Get your cup of tea, sit outside, watch your kids on the trampoline, or bring out the rug, and that's where you're having afternoon tea. See what else they get involved in.
Yeah.
Say, no, sorry, we're not having a screens afternoon today. We're doing something else. There'll be moans and groans, and it's not fair, and I'm bored, and you'll get through it.
Yeah.
And you'll do something really lovely with your kids.
Great advice and a lovely moment of nostalgia for myself. Jenny Hale, so great to catch up with you. For people listening, parentingplace.nz, parentingplace.nz for more information. Jenny, catch up with you next time.
Love to. Thanks, Lizzie.
Hey, thanks for joining us today. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you can catch all our interviews on Star. See you next time.